Hi and welcome to Realty TV. Do you really wish to buy plots in distant ventures, far away from the city? Do you expect to gain profits in buying plots in an undeveloped area, say in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years? In some of these ventures, there's not even a single hut visible when you go to buy a plot. And it's unknown what will happen to the area and the venture itself once you put your money in them. It's not okay to buy any plot just because you have the money and the land is available. That is not a good reason to buy a plot. People buy plots with the hope and confidence that there is no loss in buying plots and that the prices will go up at some point. This is the primary reason that the plots get sold. Often, when all the plots are sold, the venture promoter is not traceable and will not have any contractable address. Once the plot is checked after 10 years, the plot and indeed the entire venture no longer look the same. There's grass, all kinds of vegetations, dirt, and it could be a state of neglect. The plot may be traceable, maybe it is difficult. There are also cases that the original owner or farmer who sold the land to the venture developer goes back to occupy the sold land. Yes, it is true that Hyderabad is growing, but expecting that Hyderabad will expand in all directions for by 50 kilometers does not seem realistic. So when the ventures are set up somewhere about 50 kilometers away or even further out, buyers get stuck. It could also happen a few years later that the farmer who has sold it comes back and starts plowing the land. And there could be a land grabber who occupies the plot, seeing that there is nobody in the entire venture. In such a situation, an individual will find it difficult to fight a lone battle against the occupier when he does not know who bought the place next to him or behind him. He does not know his neighbors. Let's say in a large venture, the investor holds 150 square yards of land and after buying goes there once, twice, thrice and then stops visiting. This lack of supervision could land the investment in trouble. And in such situations, the individual buyer finds it difficult to fight with the occupiers. In fact, most venture developers do not set up a committee, make contacts, or even maintain an address book. So the investors are left to deal with things individually. It makes sense, therefore, to have a society of plot buyers where everyone's interest is taken care of by the society. Such battles, if they happen, are fought better together. Some people like NRIs will find it very difficult to follow up any development from far off. For them, buying into ventures with the society makes sense, and without a society makes no sense at all. Leading companies that have ventures with HMD approvals may not have any such problems. Some reputable companies charge maintenance fees from those who buy plots. This is good in a way. So long as the maintenance charges are taken, the venture owners will be accountable to the buyers. Some organizations form an association similar to committees set up in gated communities. In some places, committees are also set up for open plot ventures. If you buy plots in such ventures, it does not matter even if it is 10 or 15 years old. Your investment should be secure. In some ventures, we see that a wall is built around the venture, with roads are laid, electricity poles are placed, and colorful flags are flown. Many people buy into such ventures. Soon all the plots are sold, the venture owners pack the bags and leave. One should not believe in such projects. There is not much return in such ventures. It is just a lot of circus. Some venture owners give a buyback facility. You can buy a plot now and sell it back to the developers in a few years' time. You have to think how all this is possible. How will they keep their word? Is it legally binding on them, or is it just marketing nonsense? When all the plots are sold and the developer moves on, to whom will you sell your plot? Moreover, selling a plot in the middle of nowhere is not very easy, and that too a single plot. The only consolation may be that you have this place somewhere. Except for that, there might not be any real money in such an investment. So, should you buy a plot that gives no return for 10-15 years? Also, is it worth buying a plot with no protection such as a society or association, without any means of selling and having no use to you or your children? Is such a remote plot worth buying? Investors are advised to think carefully before buying. Just because land prices are skyrocketing, one should not buy useless plots in a hurry and regret in leisure.
స్థలం నుంచి ఇంటి వరకు, ఇండిపెండెంట్ హౌస్ నుంచి అపార్ట్మెంట్ వరకు, గేటెడ్ కమ్యూనిటీ నుంచి విల్లాల కొనుగోలు వరకు మీకు ఎటువంటి సందేహాలు ఉన్నా మమ్మల్ని సంప్రదించవచ్చు. మా ప్యానెల్ సభ్యులు లీగల్గాను, ఫీల్డ్ లెవెల్లోనూ సర్వే చేసి రిపోర్ట్ ఇవ్వడం జరుగుతుంది. పెట్టుబడిలో మీ భద్రతే మా బాధ్యతగా భావిస్తుంది రియాలిటీ టీవీ. మా ఫోన్ నెంబర్ 04040173982.